Welcome to the I Still Love Camp Arowana Fall 2020 Virtual Fundraiser in Action. We're so glad you're joining us. I can't see your faces, but I just know you're excited to see what's in store. First, we know that holding a virtual event is not the same as getting together in person, but this crazy year has taught us a thing or two about how to roll with the punches. And guess what? If you're watching this, then you're at our event already. Isn't technology grand?
Second, this is our opportunity to catch you up on all that's been going on at camp and to invite you to share the journey with us. Despite the challenges of 2020, God is still doing amazing things in this place, so stay tuned to hear all about it.
Over the next 2 weeks, we will be releasing some really special video messages from dear friends and colleagues who also still love Camp Arowana. Look for these videos in your email, on social media, and on our website. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share them with friends and the world, because honestly, we want everyone to hear about what happens here in this really special place.
Another way you can participate in this event is by bidding on the items in our online auction. Each piece or experience has been donated to camp, so any money that you spend there will go directly to this fundraising effort. Keep in mind, the holidays are coming up, so this is a great opportunity to find that perfect gift for a friend. Or maybe you need a vacation. Either way, check out the items today and then start bidding on November 1st. Bidding will remain open until Tuesday, November 9th.
The next thing we would love for you to do is be a part of the main event happening Saturday, November 7th at 5 p.m. right here on our website. This will be a live streaming experience filmed here at Arowana where participants can interact by watching with friends, commenting, bidding, and giving.
In fact, it would be fabulous if you could organize your very own watch party and personally invite friends and family to participate with you on November 7th. The more people who see what we are doing and hear about the impact Camp Arowana has in our community and world, the more we are able to pursue our mission. You can find instructions on how to host a watch party on our website too.
Finally, and probably the most important thing we're asking you to do is give. Give, give, give. All of the work done here at Camp Arowana is made possible because generous people choose to donate to the cause. 2019 saw so many goals accomplished and brought us closer to sustainable operating. But a nonprofit like ours will always need help from people like you to make ends meet, especially after a year like 2020.
And did you know that 100% of the cost of capital improvement and maintenance projects is funded by your donations? That means that without your generosity, camp could never improve our facilities enough to keep up with ever-changing demands and updates. So what you can do right now to make an impact on the community we serve is to give. And although we wouldn't turn down $1 million gift, you don't have to give a huge amount to make a huge impact. In fact, one of our greatest needs is monthly commitments. And your pledge of $10, $25, $75, or $100 per month will drastically improve our ability to serve campers, families, and other nonprofits.
Your faithful giving will also help us move into our 80-year celebration coming up in 2021 with confidence and expectancy. The momentum that we have built over the past few years certainly felt hindered by the 2020 madness. However,
as we prayerfully navigated our way through this past year, we consistently saw God's promise of provision and his call to rest after 79 years of ministry. We can see this call throughout Scripture, in God's own example on the seventh day of creation, and his command to practice Sabbath and Jubilee as individuals and communities. Although we have found ways to continue living into our mission during this 79th year of ministry, we have also been able to slow down, be still, and be ready for the next 80 years.
essentially, 2020 was our opportunity to prepare for the great things the Lord has in store. I can hardly wait to see it all.
As you may know, the Generations of Promise campaign is an effort to recognize our history and all who came before us to faithfully serve through Camp Arowana these past 79 years. One meaningful example comes through your family, Laura.
It's true. Hi friends, I'm Laura Young-Birch, the Executive Director here at Camp Arowana, and this is my husband Ed, who's the Accountant and Project Manager at camp.
And I'm Danielle Kennedy Birch, the daughter of these two.
It's hard to know where to begin when thinking about our family's connection to the camp. Not only was my grandfather Seth one of the men who physically set up the place in 1941, and almost every person from both my mom and dad's families have been campers or volunteers here, but it is also the reason for the three of us sitting here together today.
My great-grandfather, Seth Young, was extremely invested in this ministry from the day he set up the tent stands to the just few weeks before he passed in September of 2018. He spent many seasons at camp as a volunteer and also shared countless moments with his family here. My Nana and Papa will tell you more about that in a moment.
Because my grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, and cousins were involved in Arowana, naturally it played a role in my childhood and personal growth as well. You could say that my desire to serve in full-time ministry started out of the powerful experiences and relationships I had here as a child. As a teenager and young adult, I worked on staff and served in almost every department. It may be hard to believe, but I have in fact cleaned my fair share of toilets in this place. I was even a lifeguard for multiple summers, taking after my dad. Ed and I, not knowing each other at the time, started working at camp in 2007, both being asked by his sister, Chris Roush, the executive director at the time, to move from out of state to take on jobs that we both thought would just be temporary. As you can see, we stuck around fell in love, and even had our wedding reception here in 2014. As cheesy as it sounds, I did find my soulmate here at Camp Arowana.
A big part of my own family story began here at camp. After attending as a camper for some years, I decided to work on the summer staff in 2017. When tragedy hit and I lost my mom, Ed and Laura asked me to join their family. Camp has been a really big support to me, a place where I feel accepted and find comfort when life has been rough. I also enjoy getting to know different people through the guests we serve, learning from different cultures, ethnicities, and faiths. I love Camp Arowana because it's literally my family.
Greetings. We're Paul and Judy Young, co-chairs of the Generations of Promise campaign for Camp Arowana. We are so privileged to be a part of this great campaign because both of our families have a long history of involvement with camp.
To have our daughter Laura at the helm of this wonderful camp is very special. We appreciate her energy and passion for ministering to youth and adults at Camp Arowana. I remember my dad always looking forward to coming to men's retreat every fall. I was thrilled when I started earning camp stamps at FBC Portland so I could attend summer camp when I was in elementary school. Camp Arowana was always a highlight for me in the summers. I counseled mid-high camp when I was in college. After Paul and I were married, we spent a summer working at camp. Paul lifeguarding at the pool, and I hosted in the dining room, managed the craft shack, and did some office work. Once we started our family, it was important to come and enjoy family camp. I guess Camp Arowana gets in your soul when you see lives changed and love poured out from the staff and the campers.
I remember coming to family camp with special themes and special people in my primary school years. Sometime in those years I remember having church picnics down by the river and my uncle fishing. Summer camp became a highlight for me also in junior high and high school. I rededicated my life to Christ while attending high school camp. I started working at camp for weekend conferences along with my brother as a dishwasher and other various tasks. In college, I worked summer camps as lifeguard at the pool. We continued our involvement at camp like our father, Seth Young, volunteering to help when possible. Currently, I am a part of the Volunteer Wednesday work crew, doing small projects around camp and co-chairing this Generations of Promise campaign.
Our 3 daughters attended camp here in the summers and retreats, and they all worked at Camp Arowana in one capacity or another as they grew. Now, it's a blessing to see our granddaughter Danny work on the staff at various times, and because of Camp 2020 being a virtual camp, our faraway grandkids were able to attend camp from Hawaii and Texas. We thank God for the years of support of Camp Arowana to our family.
Amen.
And here we all are, committed and contributing to the Camp Arowana story so that more families and campers can find the same kind of belonging and blessing. It's been an honor to be part of God's movement in the work and ministry at camp. And to think that our daughter might carry on that tradition is truly humbling.
We've received some pretty amazing gifts through the deal too.
I totally agree. Hello friends, and welcome to Camp Arowana. I'm sorry that we can't meet you in person, but we're really excited to show you some of the current and future projects that have and will be funded through the Generations of Promise campaign. To date, we have received over $800,000 in gifts and donations, making it possible to get a great start on our projects. You're joining me here at the main lodge of Camp Arrah. This lodge was actually built in 1921, and it was originally a hotel and stagecoach stop for travelers. Purchased by the Oregon Baptist Convention in 1941, now known as the American Baptist Churches of the Central Pacific Coast, as a place to host traditional summer camp programs. We really love our lodge and everything around it, with the beautiful front porch, the whimsical surrounding forest, and historic visual details. Let's go inside so you can see what I mean. So this is where we gather. This is where so many things happen, where our guests come to enjoy their meals, where they sit around the fireplace enjoying the warmth, and where they can just soak in everything that they had experienced throughout the day here in this really kind of magical place. So this is just a place that we love very much and are excited to show people. But if you have ever been a guest here before 2018, you know what the restrooms were like. Yuck. Because of funds raised throughout the campaign, we were able to remodel these bathrooms in 2018, giving them a fresh new look as well as making them ADA accessible. Our guests love these new bathrooms. Let's go take a look. So next time you come to Camp Arrah for an event, be sure to pop into the main lodge, check out the beautiful surroundings, and then also look at the bathrooms. Even though it may not seem like an exciting project to you, it's something that's really important to us. Unfortunately, over the course of the winter, the ceiling started leaking. But I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. Another project that we've been able to accomplish is the remodel of the second floor of the lodge. Now we call it the Lodge Loft. It's just up these stairs. Let's take a look. This is where our summer awesome interns stay, as well as the outdoor school staff in the spring and fall months. This space is complete with 2 private restrooms where people can be getting ready at the same time but in different spaces, as well as 2 separate shower rooms. We also have 5 bedrooms here that each have 2 single beds and a desk and place for you to put your luggage. There's also a great lounging area with a TV and DVD player so people can relax and also have small group meetings. This is also the perfect space for families and small groups to come and stay, enjoying all that camp has to offer in an updated and comfortable space. In addition to the projects here at the main lodge, other things we've been able to accomplish throughout the Generations of Promise campaign include updates to Pendleton Cottage, a facelift of the lake cabins, lighting upgrades around camp, updates to the high ropes course, and we've created a prayer garden and other small important things that make taking care of camp just a little bit easier. Some other things we've accomplished because of the fundraising include adding a full-time program and promotions director, we purchased a maintenance truck, and we started an endowment fund. These are all things that make it possible for us to move forward and grow stronger in our mission of providing a beautiful, peaceful, and safe environment where people can experience the transforming power of God's love and find support through healthy relationships and activities. We strive every day to make this the foundation of every service we provide. And in order to continue getting better at this, there are still some things we desperately need, leading me to the next big one, which starts downstairs in our kitchen. You may remember my earlier comment about the leaking ceiling in our dining hall restrooms. Here's Mackenzie, our hospitality director, to tell you a little bit more about this issue.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on this tour of camp's projects. As you can see here above me and behind me, we have multiple areas where water is actually coming through the old ceiling. We have to be pretty creative in how we divert the leaks in order to maintain a good sanitation and continue to use this space. As of now, we do have water leaking through in multiple areas, including the walk-in cooler to my left and the staff eating area, which is here, and also into the dining hall bathrooms as well. With your help, we can look forward to getting this project completed in order to continue to serve our guests in a safe and clean environment, and a dry one too. We are excited for the updates that this project will bring, including a larger walk-in cooler and a more functional space. It will be nice to use our bus tubs for dirty dishes instead of catching rainwater.
Totally.
Thank you.
From here, you can see the old part of the lodge roof that was not replaced when the metal roof was put on in the 80s. That's why the roof has been leaking now for a number of years. Because the damage is so extensive, we also need to replace the hood vent air return unit, replace some supports and footings, and also do lots of cosmetic repairs. We will also be removing the walk-in freezer and increasing the size of the walk-in cooler. The total cost of this project is between $80,000 to $90,000. Thanks to a grant from the Gray Family Foundation, we have $40,000 in the bank ready to use. So the plans are currently sitting in the Clackamas County Permit Office waiting to be approved. Thanks to the matching gift commitment of $60,000, as long as we can raise $25,000 in the next 2 weeks, then we will have the remaining funds to complete this project this fall, which is so exciting. Let's walk over to Stearns, where our next adventure starts. Another spot on camp that's very popular and houses key leadership and programs throughout the year is our lovely Stearns Cottage. This cabin was originally built in the 1920s and remodeled sometime in the 60s. Stearns is used by outdoor school in the spring and fall months as an office and nurses headquarters, and many other groups use it as their command station during their weeks in the summer and winter. This is where small groups meet, families retreat, and friends gather. In 2017, we had help from a board member and volunteers to spruce up the inside with paint and small updates. But we have much bigger plans we would like to pursue. We plan to increase this meeting space by pushing out this wall. We also are going to demolish the bathroom and back bedroom and create a larger ADA accessible restroom facility. We're also going to be including a ramp on the inside so anyone can access both levels of this cottage. We're going to be doing some beautiful landscaping on the outside and build a new access point. This is going to make this building so much better for our operations as well as the groups that come. This project will cost around $40,000 to $60,000. If we are able to meet our $60,000 fundraising goal over this next month, then 100% of it will be matched. That means that we'll have a total of $120,000 to work with. That will be enough to finish the main lodge roof project and the Stearns remodel, and give us a cushion of savings for what God has in store for us next. We've chosen to end our virtual tour here at our new prayer garden. This space was dedicated on September 5th at our Friends and Family open house event just over a month ago. It was created by our staff as a place where we and anyone who visits can take purposeful time out to pray, meditate, slow down, and dwell in the healing presence of God. I invite you into this space now and encourage you to reflect on what brings you to and connects you with Camp Arrah. Please be praying about and considering over the next 2 weeks how you can support the ongoing efforts of this really special ministry and nonprofit. I hope you enjoyed our tour. See you in just a few days.
Now that you have seen firsthand what this event can do, we hope that you are as excited and inspired as we are.
As you watch, listen, and share the other stories over the next 2 weeks, please also thoughtfully consider how much you're able to contribute. I almost forgot. One of the most exciting parts of this fall 2020 fundraiser is that we have already had 2 families step forward and commit matching funds of $60,000.
What?
That means that for every $1 you give or pledge because of this event, up to $60,000, it will be doubled.
Wow!
So we have the opportunity to raise at least $120,000 right now. If we reach that goal, then we will have enough funds to complete our next 2 projects and reinforce our savings in order to ensure we make it through this COVID-19 shutdown. Can you imagine? I sure can.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope that you stay tuned for other surprises these next 2 weeks, and then be sure to join us live on November 7th at 5 p.m.
Does it look weird if I do this?
Yes.
Welcome to the I Still Love.
That's why I always try not to look at you.
What? No, it was just the way you did it. You're like...
That's why I said don't stand too close.
Okay.
And did you know that 100% of the cost of... Oh my gosh. As you may know, the...
It's okay.
One meaningful example comes through the family... Oh.
I changed it on you at the last minute.
I'm just going to go back to right there.
This is my husband, Ed, who is the accountant and project manager at camp.
Oh my god. Oh.
Okay, start again.
All right. You're good.
Yeah, wake up.
Are you smiling at all?
Yes.
Giving them a fresh new look, as well as other things we've accomplished through the funds. These are all things that make it possible for us to move forward and grow strong. What is that?
Grow stronging.
Stronger. Okay. Here's Mackenzie, our food service. That's not her name. Maybe not her title. All right.
From the top.
We're gonna start
Take
over.
3.
Okay.
Hi, thank you for joining us on
To spruce up the inside and paint the small. To spruce up. Okay, I'll start that paragraph.
Sorry, I got distracted because I think a mouse just ran across.
Oh, jeez.
The corner of my eye, I saw something.
Not a mouse.
And it wasn't a ghost.
Corey's seen ghosts. And if we reach that goal, then we will have enough funds to complete our next 2 projects. That sounded so awkward.
Cut.
I think that's great.